Yeah, I bought a very special piece of plywood. It's incredibly shiny and durable on this side. We use this as our work table in this space, so we're going to now make a piece of art with this shiny part. Okay, we're going to oil this down, and then we're going to paint on top of this to create a very interesting piece of abstract artwork, which we're going to turn into a planter, possibly. I'm going to see how nice it turns out. Okay, we're going to cover the entire surface with a cooking oil, just so we can get whatever we put on top of this surface to come off easily. And we're going to create the artwork on the shiny surface, and then we're going to put fabric on top of it. So we're going to glue the two together, and that'll make it in such a way that we hopefully can peel this right off this really shiny laminate. Yeah, we're going to start decorating this guy. I'm going to make it quite abstract. This sheet of plywood was $100. It's ultra shiny. So whatever you put on this surface is going to be incredibly flat. And what I mean by that is you're putting this powder, for example, or the colors we're going to put on a very flat material. So I'm going to finish this table off, and then we're going to do different colors. And we're going to try to stay with some really bright colors. Like I said before, whatever you see that's white will be the next color. So you got to understand that you're creating these pockets. And I'm putting gray cement on top of this, so it will be it will be knocked down a lot. The color will be knocked down a lot. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now we're going to use outdoor latex paint. Okay, we're going to finish this all off, and then we'll show you what it looks like, stage 2. We've made it a bit wetter, so it's going to be easier to throw it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use white Portland. I decided to use white Portland just to get a little bit more brightness in this material. Okay, we're going to get all the white on here, and then we're going to start with the gray cement on top of that. Okay, we're going to finish this up, and then we'll start with gray. Make sure you do it nice and equal. Look for little spots where there's lots of white cement missing. It's sort of like making a wallpaper to make a cement planter. Okay, next color, gray. So the little areas where the white is showing through still, the white plastic plywood, this gray cement will grab that extra space that's missing and turn it gray. So you will get a bit of gray showing through this. Okay, we're going to finish doing the entire surface with this gray Portland type 10. It's very simple material. Just normal Portland cement, that's what it is. So we had white cement, now we're putting gray on. And these two colors will have quite a contrast because there's certain areas where the gray will show through and the white will show through, and the blue colors. So you kind of look that you've covered everything nice and evenly. So we can cut this up to make these cement planters, and they'll all look the same on all 4 sides. This could be a piece of artwork. We're doing it to create fabric to make cement planters that have a abstract pattern on them. You could actually paint on this and then get the fabric to peel off the design because the plywood is so shiny. I'm going to put a little bit of blue back on the spots that I can see. Not very much, just enough to have it very dimensional so you can see through it. So it's not this side you're going to see. This is not going to be what you're going to see. It's going to be the skin that's against the plywood. That's what you're seeing on the planter. It's going to be completely flat. You'll be very surprised how flat it'll be. Okay, now we have to activate the white cement and the gray cement and the coloring agent or the color hardener. So we're going to need some water to do that. So we're going to spray this very gently with a spray bottle and let this dry for 1 or 2 days. And then we're going to put a skin on it, a fabric on it to peel it off. Yeah, we're going to activate this without damaging the plywood. So we're not going to use too much water. We're just going to get the white cement and the gray cement wet. And the color hardener, obviously. You have to be very aware that you're getting everything wet so it does harden. The surface can handle the moisture, the sides not so much. So you got to be right on top of it, not spraying from the sides. Okay, so we're going to now fill in these white spots with another color, a punch color. Yeah, we made the red wet enough. This is, again, house paint, exterior house paint. We're going to do these spots that have openings. We're going to put the red in there. Just so when you're standing back, it looks more interesting. Okay, we got to do all the spots like this. There's a lot of them. And we're not doing them perfectly. We'll want a little bit of the white showing around it just so it makes it even more pronounced. It'll make it more interesting. Okay, we're going to finish this up and then we'll show you when it's done. This is Celo Flex. It's an acrylic resin. I'm putting it on top just to get it to stick together better. Okay, so this surface, this melamine that's underneath here, this plywood, if I were to actually take the roller and roll it, it would lift it up because it's so shiny. This material is sticking to it, yes, but not sticking great. So we have to do it differently. What we're going to do is we're going to put the fabric on top to hold it into place. Okay, Rodrigo. And it's aquí. Gonna have a little bit left over the edges. Okay, pones fuerza ahí. Dario. Y ves hasta allá. So the hope is parecido, Dario? Un poquito más. Okay, having the fabric on here is not going to allow me to rip up this texture off the plywood. That's my hope. So we're going to get a coat on everywhere, and then we're going to flip it over because the sticky part is on the front, and we want it onto this material here, the face of it, or the back of it, better said. So I think the most important thing about this is having everything wet, the fabric. That way you can actually get it to stick to the underlayer. Nice and wet. Tengo exacto, Dario. Ahí. Ya, ya. Ok, Rodrigo, otra vez. It's a medio way, Rodrigo. Cortas más atrás, Dario. Muy atrás. Abre las tijeras completamente. Y solo empujas. Así. Ok. Levanta eso, Dario. Okay, so it's 2 days later. We're gonna peel this apart. This is sitting on the shiny piece of melamine, super shiny. Okay, Rodrigo, empiezas aquí. Lento, lento, lento. Ah, chistoso. The red definitely makes a big difference. ¿Qué tienen más? ¿Un poquito más? Okay. Rodrigo, agarras este lado. Grab this side. Here. Eso. Okay, so now what we have to do is we're going to varnish this again. You see how loose this is? This is why we have to seal it to get the pieces actually glued in. We have all these transparent areas here where there's nothing. I'm going to put another color on the back. See that area there? That'll glow through it. If I put a light behind the painting, you would see all these bare spots even better. So here's an idea of what the texture looks like with all these different materials that were placed on top of a super shiny, flat melamine board. Okay, we're going to seal this up and then show you what it looks like. Okay, we're going to seal this whole thing and we'll let it dry for another day and then we'll show you what it looks like. And then this might not be the finish of it. This might be just the background. I'll put something else on top of this. So it depends on how this dries up. Okay, Rodrigo, quedas aquí y me llenas todo, okay? Todos los hoyos. Here. Yeah, it is really risky putting this sealer on top of this. I'm hoping it dries out nicely. Sometimes you just say to yourself, you should have left it alone, but the pieces would have fallen off. This varnishing is very important, or sealing is very important to keep the pieces all in place because they do peel off with time. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to varnish the back of this, wherever we have transparent areas where there's very little color showing, and we're going to put a bright, bright red on the back. So to add more three-dimensionality, I'm going to paint these spots where the light is coming through. That'll definitely make the painting a lot more dimensional. Look at that. Look at that light coming through. Okay. Vamos a este lado, Rodrigo. ¿Puedes ver más? I have to do the same thing on this side. Add a little bit of color and dimension here. So I'm going to figure out a way how to light this painting up with electricity, with light. Probably LED, those lines that make it look really dimensional. Because it does look beautiful when you get this color coming through. Okay, I'm going to show you the painting finished when I get the frame built and the lights installed. Okay, Rodrigo.